It was supposed to be their grand comeback. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, stepped onto a New York City red carpet aiming to reclaim their status as a powerhouse couple. After months of setbacks, canceled Netflix deals, Spotify's abrupt exit, and relentless mockery of their podcast ventures, they were polished, poised, and determined to recapture their lost sparkle. Cameras flashed, the crowd hummed with anticipation, and Meghan, radiant in a figure-hugging gown, seemed to proclaim, "We're back." For a moment, the fairy tale felt alive, but in a heartbeat, it unraveled. The moment wasn't a loud outburst or a tabloid-ready shouting match. It was subtler, colder, and far more revealing. Prince Harry, the once charismatic rebel royal, snapped. Caught on camera, it was a fleeting, icy exchange that chilled onlookers and set the internet ablaze. The clip was dissected, frame by frame, like a modern-day Zapruder film, as social media slowed it down, zoomed in, and analyzed every nuance. The setting was the Ripple of Hope Gala, the couple's first major joint red carpet appearance in months. Meghan was in her element, flashing a megawatt smile and adjusting her dress with precision for the photographers. Harry, however, was off. His shoulders were stiff, his jaw tight, his smile a strained effort that barely masked his discomfort. The tension peaked when Meghan, ever camera conscious, placed a hand on Harry's back to guide him toward the photographers. He recoiled, turning sharply and muttering something under his breath. His face twisted with frustration and exhaustion, a look that spoke louder than words. Lip readers swarmed social media, claiming he said, "Stop. I said enough." Those 5 words ignited a firestorm. Within hours, hashtag Harry snaps at Meghan trended across Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. The clip was looped, memed, and remixed endlessly. Fans who once adored their red carpet chemistry now debated whether their marriage was crumbling in real time. Royal watchers, experts in decoding subtle cues, declared Harry's demeanor a clear sign of trouble. He looked done, one analyst noted, pointing to his rigid posture and averted gaze. For those who've tracked the Sussexes' journey, this wasn't entirely surprising. Insiders had long whispered about the strain behind their polished facade. The Netflix fallout, Spotify's abrupt exit, and a public growing colder by the day had taken a toll. The gala was meant to be their redemption, a moment to prove they were still thriving. Instead, it became a study in awkward tension dressed up as Hollywood glamour. Event observers noticed the off-kilter vibe from the start. They arrived late and Harry barely spoke, one insider said. Meghan was carrying the show, smiling, chatting, but it felt forced. The viral clip wasn't the only red flag. Reporters caught Harry stepping back as Meghan greeted guests, his eyes drifting when she whispered to him, her laughter ringing a bit too loud as if to compensate. To casual viewers, it might have seemed like a couple slightly out of sync, but to body language experts, it was telling. That wasn't just irritation, a behavioral analyst told Page 6. That was a man at his breaking point. The tension had been brewing for days. Sources said Meghan micromanaged every detail of the event, from lighting to poses, while Harry pushed for a lower-key presence. He's never liked the performative side of fame, one insider explained. Meghan thrives in it, and that's always been a friction point. Recent jabs from Meghan's Suits co-stars and Harry's frustration with their PR missteps only added fuel. The red carpet moment was the spark that lit the powder keg. The couple's security team didn't help. Witnesses described a chaotic car exit, leaving them exposed to paparazzi longer than planned. Meghan, hyper-aware of optics, grew irritated when Harry didn't position himself as she wanted. That's when the cameras caught his sharp turn, the muttered words, the tension thick enough to cut. The moment's raw humanity, unscripted frustration, no polished smiles made it resonate. Meghan recovered quickly, flashing her Hollywood smile and adjusting her dress as if nothing happened. Harry couldn't. His jaw stayed tight, his eyes distant. The damage was done. By morning, tabloids feasted. The Daily Mail called it the moment the fairy tale froze. The Sun dubbed it a red carpet royal rumble. Even the restrained Telegraph noted Prince Harry's smile slips as Meghan commands the spotlight. American late-night hosts joined in, with Jimmy Kimmel quipping, "Even fairy tales need couples therapy." TikTok exploded with parody voiceovers. Harry's muttering reimagined as, "Meghan, we rehearsed this," or "I'm done with this circus." Slow motion edits set to dramatic music scrutinized every twitch. Beneath the memes, a deeper narrative emerged. The once united duo who defied the monarchy to build their own empire seemed to be drifting apart under fame's weight. For years, they'd been the rebels, the lovers who escaped royalty's cage. But on that red carpet, the illusion shattered, revealing exhaustion and resentment. Insiders said palace aides weren't surprised. Harry's tired of being an accessory in Meghan's PR game, one source claimed. He's not used to being managed. Hollywood insiders echoed this, noting Harry's discomfort at celebrity events. Meghan drags him into these moments and he's out of his element. That tension was bound to explode. And explode it did. Not with fireworks, but with a single, unguarded moment that said everything their polished interviews never could. As the gala crowd dispersed, the tension thickened. An eyewitness claimed that behind closed doors, Harry pulled away from Meghan's grasp. He didn't look at her, they whispered. He went straight to their handler, muttering something sharp. Meghan froze, then followed, forcing a smile. Inside, the couple reportedly sat apart at times. Meghan worked the room, chatting animatedly, while Harry stayed quiet, fidgeting with his drink. It was awkward, a guest said. Meghan was performing, but Harry was checked out. Backstage, sources claimed they argued during an intermission. Meghan was upset that Harry's reaction went viral so fast. Clips circulated before the event ended. "You embarrassed me," she reportedly said. His alleged reply, "I don't care anymore," hit the internet like gasoline. Friends revealed Harry's been struggling with the fame machine Meghan thrives on. He left one cage for another, a confidant told The Times. He's a prop in a PR circus. The headlines were brutal. Page 6 called it 2025's most uncomfortable 2 minutes. Fashion insiders whispered Meghan's star was dimming, with brands wary of their drama. Harry retreated, avoiding press and rarely leaving their hotel suite, while Meghan attended solo dinners and networking events. A hotel staffer noted they weren't together much. The energy was cold. She was on her phone, he was pacing. Internet sleuths pounced, noting Meghan wasn't wearing her wedding ring at a solo dinner. A Good Morning America interview meant to promote their humanitarian work only fueled speculation. Meghan was bubbly, overcompensating, while Harry sat stiffly, barely smiling. "It's like a hostage video with great lighting," one viewer tweeted. Commentators piled on, with Lady Colin Campbell saying, "Harry's dropped the mask. He's checked out." Piers Morgan added, "The Meghan show is losing its leading man." Privately, the fallout was messier. Meghan reportedly blamed Harry's moodiness for derailing their comeback, while he was fed up with orchestrated photo ops. He wants privacy, not performance, a source said. Yet some saw a silver lining. For Harry, that moment was a refusal to play along, a turning point, a friend said. For Meghan, the challenge was steeper. Her knack for spinning stumbles into comebacks faltered. The footage was undeniable, and no charm could erase what the world saw. A man at his breaking point, a woman struggling to hold the narrative together.